sugar.
Hi, I'm Jenny Keller. Welcome to the Keller Farmhouse Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make little edible pots of gold just in time for St. Patrick's Day. So the things you're going to need to make these little pots of gold are candy melts, and then gold sprinkles, little airhead rainbow strips, or if you live near a Target, I found pre-cut strips in their candy section. And then you're gonna need maybe this, I'll get to this, but you don't have to have this, but if you like the way I did it, you might want edible food coloring. And then donut holes or cake balls. It's totally up to you, or you could do both. I'm not going to bore you with the instructions on making cake balls, assuming you already know how. And if you don't, I have a YouTube video on how to bake and roll out cake balls back on my YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe. So let's get started. The first thing you're gonna do is start with your chocolate candy melts. You can pick these up at any craft store. Wilton makes every color imaginable. You may even be able to find black. I'm starting with chocolate, and then once they get melted, I'm adding a little bit of candy color to just darken them a little bit, but brown is totally fine too. And then you're gonna make sure you save a few of your candy melts for the base of your pots of gold. So we have this in a microwave safe bowl, and we're gonna microwave them about 30 to 40 seconds at a time. You don't wanna over melt them because they're gonna burn, so you'll have to start over. So let's get these melted. Okay, we have our chocolate melted, and as you can see, it's nice and drippy. I microwaved it for the 30 seconds about 4 or 5 times, and now I'm gonna add this oil candy color. This is not food coloring, it's candy coloring, and it's black, and I'm just gonna put a couple drops in to make my brown a little bit darker. But like I said, if you don't have the black candy color, it's totally fine to keep them just the brown color. I just wanted a darker pot for my gold, so I'm just stirring this in. A lot of people have told me before that their candy melts can get really, really clumpy. So one of my tricks is that I'll add just a tiny bit of vegetable oil, even like half a teaspoon at a time, and just keep stirring it in until it gets like nice and runny. I didn't have to add any to this today, but just for future reference, or if yours is clumpy, grab the vegetable oil. Now, once you have your chocolate ready to go, you have your cake pops, and then you have your donut holes. Donut holes, they're all different. So you might have to cut the top off of one of them so that you just kind of have a flat base. And the cake pops are gonna turn out a lot more perfect, but you know, you don't have to be perfect. So, and this is a lot easier. So let's start with the cake pop. So I have this really awesome, I don't know what you wanna call it. It's just like a dipping fork that I got at a baking supply company. I'm gonna find one for you guys, and if you subscribe to my website, I'm gonna give you the link to get one of these for yourself. So if you aren't already a subscriber to jennycookies.com, head there now, scroll to the bottom of the page, and there's a little box that says stay in the know. Put your email in there, and you're gonna be given the recipe to the pot of gold, little cake pop or donut holes, and then where to get this awesome fork, and then any other tips and tricks I have. As long as you're subscribed, you'll always know, the latest things that I'm up to. So anyway, the fork. You're just gonna take your cake pop and put it on the fork, and then dip down. I'm just gonna try and do it so you can see it, but I'm just dipping down, and I'm not letting the fork go all the way down. Oh, I forgot a step, but I can do it while this is kind of drying, which is fine. You're gonna set these candy melts out on your wax paper, and this is gonna be your base for the pot of gold. So you're just gonna set it right on there, kind of push it down, and the chocolate is just gonna adhere to that little candy melt, and then you pull it up, and you're gonna let that dry. So let me put a few more out so they're ready. And then you're just gonna do it again. Pick it up with a stick or fork, or whatever you wanna call it. If you don't have one of these and you don't feel like investing in one, another thing you can do is just use a regular fork or maybe a fondue stick. Even like a wood skewer might work. This one we lost. Sometimes this happens. We're gonna pick it up. We're just gonna bang it on the side. This is gonna be a big pot. It might be an ugly, but your kids will be happy because they can eat this one. So I'm gonna use my knife here to get that off. Ah! Okay. Dry. So I'm not gonna bore you with doing all of these, but now that this one has dried, I'm gonna pick it up and see how the top is still naked, if you will. You're just gonna dip it down into the chocolate so it is wet again, and then you're gonna dip it in your bowl of sprinkles, and then you're gonna set it back on your wax paper, and then this is where your little rainbows come in. Now I just dipped the tiniest bit so it kind of will stick into the cake pop or ball, and you're gonna push it down in so it stands up. You might have to hold it there until it dries. Wants to turn, but that's okay, that's cute, because rainbows are kind of bent like that. So if you want to see that again, just gonna let the excess drip off, dip it in your bowl of gold sprinkles, and then grab one of your little candy melts. If you buy the airheads and you cut them yourself, they're gonna be perfectly straight, but I liked the pack that was already done. And I kind of like the bend. So let it stand in there. Okay. And then let me show you the donut. Where's the one that we cut? Oh, right here. Okay. So we're gonna use our fork again. We're gonna dip it down in. And we're just gonna place it on the candy melt. Okay, and this one that got all the way dipped, that's okay. Just re-dip it. It'll just be extra chocolatey. Dip it in your sprinkles. See, and it's just a bigger one. Now, my sprinkles, I just picked up like gold sprinkles, but I added some disco dust to it to make it really sparkle. If you've never heard of disco dust or you don't know where to find it, again, I will include this in the email that I'm gonna send you once you subscribe to my site. I pick mine up either at like a local cake decorating store or various places online. I love this stuff. I can't get enough of it, but when you use it, it stays with you for days on end, and it's in your hair and on your face. But it's edible glitter, and so I just mix this up into my gold sprinkles just to give it an extra little bit of shine. So here we have oh, sorry, nope, we're not done. We gotta add the little donut hole. Dip this, then in your chocolate, and then we're gonna add the little piece of candy. We're gonna let this one dry for a little bit. So it's up to you, whichever you think is fastest or maybe you think is better tasting. I would prefer a cake ball in an edible pot of gold, but maybe you're looking for quick, fast, and easy. Pick up the donut holes. Okay, and then I'm not gonna be able to take this off because I touched it a little too early, but that's okay. Kids don't care. Okay, we have 3 cake balls and then 1 donut. So there you have it. I hope you can make these for your friends, family, kids, classrooms, whatever, and I hope you have a happy St. Patrick's Day.